out to my late night demons. We out here with the BDL podcast. You know how it is.
Sure.
If you're up this late on the West Coast, drop a like. If you're up this late on the East Coast, you're a fucking madman. Drop a like as well.
Drop 10 likes.
Yeah, we're kind of late on these game 7 reactions, but we still want to give our thoughts. If you're seeing this later, let us know what you think in the comment section down below. And if you're with us in chat, obviously, let us know what you're thinking. But we can get straight into it. Let's not beat around the bush. Game 7 reaction. Let's start with the Pacers and Knicks. Obviously, the less fun game 7, but Pacers handle business. I think just jumping right into it. I think that the Knicks kind of ran out of gas. Jalen Brunson fractured his hand, so he couldn't even play the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo was looking like Kobe out there. He had to run the whole offense because they couldn't really get anything else going. I just think Thibs playing OG 50 minutes off an elbow injury, like it just caught up to them in the end. They just kind of gassed out and they didn't have enough. And I think the Pacers just executed. I mean, they were shooting like 80% in the first half as well. So they just didn't have enough juice, I think. I think they tried really hard, but the injuries caught up to them.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like the injuries are the reason why they lost. And if they were healthy, I think they could actually give the Celtics maybe a run for their money. But like you said, playing these guys way too many minutes in the regular season caught up to them in the postseason. And I'd say like playing guys that aren't as good in the regular season and balancing the minutes for Brunson, Hart, and DiVincenzo and those guys, like picking up somebody from the G League or something like that and losing those regular season games, making sure that the guys that you have are healthy is important because like you don't want your guys to go down and be in this predicament of a game 7 where you don't have anybody available. You have Josh Hart playing with like abdomen problems and OG with one hamstring too and on one leg.
Played 4
and only
minutes,
having 7 guys to even play. Granted, some are freak injuries, but putting those guys playing those minutes higher the risk of getting injured. So I feel like they didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely agree. A lot of things you said, especially about the injuries to the Knicks. I do appreciate that Tyrese was aggressive. He came out aggressive. I feel like the Pacers almost live and die by him being aggressive. And in some games, he's just he'll have like 9 shots, and it's like if you want to be a superstar, you want to be the leader of a team. Like you should never have a 9-shot game in the playoffs if you're the star of your team. You know what I mean? Like I'll respect the Siakam. Siakam's great. Siakam's great. Yeah, we all get that. But Siakam's cool. Siakam's great. But Tyrese is the star of the team. You know what I mean? And he needs to be aggressive like a star of a team should. And I feel like when he is, like tonight, they are really, you know what I mean? That's when they're at their best.
Yeah, so I feel like we got to give credit to the Pacers because they did show up. Their bench is one of the best in the league, if not the deepest team. McConnell's been earning himself a bag.
He's special, man.
Insane. And then like Halliburton now, I was thinking about this earlier. Do you think he's better than Trae Young or?
I would think I say he is just because he's not as much of a defensive liability. I think Trae Young's a better offensive player, honestly, just because he's more willing as a shooter and he's way more aggressive. But the size I think does make a difference, especially in the modern NBA when everyone's just getting bigger. I feel like but I just feel like that's a real concern.
Exactly, and then you have to take into the accomplishment of taking this roster to the Western Conference Finals. Granted, I mean, like or Eastern, I always miss
this dude. Yeah, I was say it's like 3 points in a row.
But taking this team to the Eastern Conference Finals. But granted, he played a team that was hurt in Milwaukee and a team that was hurt in New York. New York won. Like the path to the conference finals this year wasn't the hardest. We can all agree that the East is pretty weak and the West is more of a like explosive, or more hard to like beat. The East is top heavy. I mean, Celtics are the only team that's like legitimate.
Even if they don't get Porzingis back for this Eastern Conference Finals, like I'm not even worried a little bit.
Al Horford can fit in and like because Payton Pritchard's been playing well and Hauser too. So
shit, Luke Cornett can hold it down for a couple of minutes.
They'll figure it out. I mean, we still got to give credit to the Pacers making it to conference finals, regardless of the team being a top 4 team.
You can't blame them for playing who's in front of them, right?
Yeah. But all you can do is take care of business.
Facts. For the Knicks, though, I feel like this is a win for them, getting this far and building up the hype, getting to Game 7 and almost getting to the conference finals. Because now you have stars that would want to, are willing to come to New York with what Brunson did this season, being a top 15 player, showing superstar status, and being compared to Michael Jordan, which is insane. It's a win because you can now get somebody that you want, like Best said, Mikal Bridges, or for me, like a Donovan Mitchell-esque player. Somebody's going to be available to come to New York and make your roster better. So them, like before, that wasn't even an option. Like with Katie and Kyrie going to Brooklyn over New York, which was insane. Now at least you have like a roster that you can build around and trade pieces to make it better. So it's a win.
And then honestly, like even if I do agree with you that they should add to this roster, but even if they come back next year and are just smarter about their guys and their health, like I'm curious to see how far they can go, even with that. You know?
This free agency is going to be pretty crazy. What'd you say?
Yeah.
I said because they didn't even have Bogey either. Like Bogey's a great role player.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mitchell Robinson could have helped this game too. I think.
Yeah. He's
like they're a fully healthy team. I honestly, like I agree with you. I would give them like a dark horse chance against the Celtics. You know what I mean? Like because they're a good team, and I've seen the Celtics fold against like tough like competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They I mean every year
like gritty competition. Like I feel like they're just not good against like gritty teams.
Do you think going into next year, if the Bucks have the same roster with Giannis, are they better than the Knicks?
No, I think they need to round out the roster a bit more. I think we saw the problems in the playoffs, how I think they did better in the playoffs than I expected. They had some good games. Chris Middleton really showed up. I think that was a difference. But I still think if they want to compete for a championship, you know what I mean? I think they need to do a little more.
Yeah, right, because he stopped a Western team, and I'm taking a lot of Western teams over.
Even the Celtics, I would still pick over them.
Yeah, I'll take the Lakers over the Bucks.
Me too.
Yeah. But I mean, free agency is going to tell us a lot this year to see which teams in the East want it, because I feel like 76ers have a good shot to get somebody because of their cap space, and then Embiid and his timetable. And then I don't know what happened with Cavs and them trading players, but
I think a big thing. I think a big thing with that is the Hawks and them winning the lottery. Like that's gonna be a big domino piece, whether it's Trae Young or DeJounte or Capella. All of them, I don't know, bro. Like,
they might keep them too, just to see what they do with the first pick, because it's like a fake Wemby. I forgot his name.
I think Alex Sarr. Capella's gone. Capella's out of there. Sayonara for sure. Like,
which is good because Capella's still valuable. You can get something for him.
He'll help a team. I mean, I'm hoping the Lakers can kind of get him. I'm not gonna lie. Like we need
that would be good.
like that.
You just need someone who can play the 5 and be defensive and catch lobs. Like, and then you'll
get rebounds. Yeah,
literally, just be a body, dude. Like let AD roam.
Yeah, that's I think next year will be the last chance I give Trae Young on the Atlanta to see if I really like him or not.
Well, he's not going to be. I don't think he's going to be in Atlanta. I don't see Chase.
I don't see why you trade him with the first pick now. In my opinion, if you have the first pick,
you make room. You make room for
a rebuild. I feel like you do that at the deadline, though. If you're not as good as you expect.
But they didn't expect to get the one. The first.
That's pick. Why everything changes with the one. If you want to rebuild or keep your roster and build with that.
I think they'll probably just trade for some pieces and then keep DeJounte, keep Onyeka use the first pick, and then have whoever they trade for.
Yeah, I think they'll keep the same roster, trade Capella, use the first pick on Sarr, and then see how far they get. And if they're not reaching their accomplishments by the deadline, then you blow it up and figure it out from there.
I guess so. I see that. Like at least give them a chance.
No, I think one of Trae or DeJounte has to go. Like we already know that's not going to work. So one of them for sure has to get traded.
Yeah,
even if
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Trae. Trey's the only one.
Think about it. Like this is like a super it's like a big example. But say if like the first pick is Wemby-esque, like franchise changing as it's supposed to be, and this guy actually is Wemby, then he saves everything. He's like the glue guy and saves.
That's a lot to ask an 18-year-old kid.
That's what I'm saying. But at first pick is a franchise pick. Like you said, we had this debate like a year ago that first pick should change a franchise. So if you're
but do you see what the scouts are saying? They say it's like having Tobias Harris, like so it's like drafting Tobias Harris.
That's disrespectful. I would rather have the first pick.
I'm like, damn, like these niggas, but they're just saying that the class is just like extraordinarily weak this year. Like
I don't really believe that, honestly. I feel like there's gonna be some guys that break out from this class. Like maybe
you
we
can't
don't
tell me
see
60.
it now.
I hope so.
Yeah, you can't tell me 60 dudes are gonna.
I mean, there's been some ass. There's been some ass drafts. Like
no, there's at least one like star. That's
there's gonna be one star. There's no.
Who was in the? Who was in
star, bro? Star looks like a
MCWs.
Yeah. I remember that class as being like super
that
like
class?
top to
Was that
bottom.
Was that not CJ McCollum's class or
No,
No, he's in. I don't know. Maybe you
see.
might be right.
Giannis's class? Look it up. MCW.
We're kind of getting sidetracked, but let's
Good conversation though.
yeah, look it up and then we'll head to the other game 7. But yeah, I mean the Hawks, they have a lot of options. I really do think they should keep the pick. I think the Sard dude can be nice. I actually see it. You know, French bigs are taking over the league. We're gonna get into that in a second. I'm gonna just be real. But you know, I think
Omari.
I
The best
want a
player
piece
is
of the
Giannis.
Sard.
That's a 2-time MVP. It was a 2013 draft.
Oh yeah. It just
Yeah,
took money for Giannis.
you'll find one.
No, there was one. I'm trying to think. Where's Dante Exum's draft?
2000 draft. That was the worst one.
2000.
2000.
Okay, that's
Who's the best
24
player
years
from
ago.
that draft? Yeah, I know, but that's the best. That's the worst one I can think of that didn't have a star player. And even then, it was like an all-star at least. You know?
And that's even like that's 24 years. There's people are better like they are now than then. Kenyon Martin went.
Well, I mean, Kenyon Martin was.
That's the best player from the draft, though. Like that's not amazing, you know.
Yeah,
it's an all-star though.
Jamal's nice.
3-time, yeah. Michael Redd.
Michael Redd.
Yeah, all-star. You'll get an all-star for sure, no matter what. That's the basis.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like you would love.
You're not gonna get a Tobias Harris.
Yeah, but it's just like
England type of player. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What'd you say more?
I'm just like, I think what they're saying is it's gonna be like one of these though. You know, like no one is like that generational. Like
but that's okay. I mean, you don't really need that.
Yeah, it's okay.
I guess so. You get a good role player.
An all-star level player. I think an all-star level player saves the Hawks franchise for one season, or you figure it out from there, right?
I think I feel like whoever ends up the all-star this year, whoever from this year's draft ends up an all-star later on, like is probably be a sleeper. Like probably
like Giannis at 15 type of thing.
Yeah, like
no, I got some names. I've been tapped in. I know some names that I feel like
you can have a draft stream.
Decent. We could
before the draft.
If you guys know anything about the prospects, but
I'll look into
Bronny James.
Ronald.
He might get 55th pick. We're gonna have to wait for that one.
Yeah, I saw him go crazy at the combine.
Yeah, he was cooking, man. Actually, that's something I did want to part about.
I didn't know 4 points, 4 rebounds was going crazy.
Nah, he had 13. He had 13. Yeah, he was leading scorer on his team.
They're saying that he actually might go in the first round, late first round, early second, because of G League. Like the money he'll bring in from the G League is what I think will upset.
I don't know about that.
Just because of marketability, that's it. Not because of skill.
That's true. People will go see him. People will watch him. Like
in the G League, you can just develop him in the G. Shoot, if the Warriors with their first pick, they should take a. Ronnie, at this point, develop him in the G League because I know
LeBron to Golden State.
Please, please, LeBron. Nah, that would be crazy.
That would be crazy. I need the old guys to unify, bro. I'm tired of these young guys.
KD come back, LeBron join up.
We need them back. We need the old heads back.
Nah, kind of like this new age. Speaking of the new age, let's hop into the other game 7. Timberwolves at Nuggets. The defending champs have been defeated. Jokic going to play with his horses in Serbia. And Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves are moving on to the conference finals. We're going to have a new champ yet again. 6 years, 6 NBA champions.
It's crazy.
Michael Porter Jr. forgot how to shoot.
Man.
Aaron Gordon forgot how to dunk.
Man.
Brown forgot how to defend.
Jamal Murray forgot how to play. He plays one good. Like Kobe 1 year, and then the next, or one half next, he just plays like a role player. Like,
yeah, bro.
But just realize for me that we're gonna have Anthony Edwards or Luka Doncic go to the finals, and that's gonna change a lot of narratives and conversations for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Honestly, like
that's crazy.
We can get into predictions later, but like these niggas, man, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of what I saw, man.
Hey, man, Rudy Gobert hit a turnaround fadeaway.
Oh,
y'all saw that.
Yes, I watched it.
Once he did that, I'm like, I know it's the Timberwolves time. I know it's happening.
Dude, I told Hassan, I was like, if Anthony Edwards pulls this off, like I'm gonna be part of his fandom for the rest of my life. So I sold the bag,
but they won. So
yeah, it wasn't even him that won it.
I know. As long as they won, they won, and they won the series because of him at the end of the day too. You know what I mean? He went off mad games.
Yeah, because of his presence.
Yeah, where he's went off hella games. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be there at the game 7. without his other performances. So
I want to shout out Mike
that's my guy
Conley as
now.
well. Hit big shots. He finally wins in a game 7 in his career for the first time. He was 0-4 before today.
Congrats,
Yes, sir. Come
And
easy,
actually, the big MVP, 2 MVPs of the game. Big Purr was holding it down because Ant wasn't scoring at all this game. He had like 4 points at halftime. Big Purr was actually putting in work, and I had no faith. I thought he would fold. I thought he didn't have it in him, but he actually came to hoop today. Unfortunately, he got in foul trouble. But then, as soon as I don't know if he actually ended up fouling out, but he had 5 fouls in like the beginning of the fourth quarter. They put in Nas Reed, and then Nas Reed starts going crazy.
6th man of the year.
That's why you have him off the bench. Didn't miss a beat.
We should have went and got that nigga, man. We should have went and got that nigga. We was telling Lakers.
Does he have the best handle as a big?
We was telling the president, man, Rob Pelinka, look at what she was doing, man. He could have got it for the low.
Does Nasir have the best handle as a big?
Yeah,
dude, that nigga's nice. He looks like a fucking AAU player, but a 7-footer. Like
it is in and out.
Like you can tell that nigga was just playing AAU. Like
he's just a 7-foot guard, bro. That's all. He is.
Literally, bro. I'm like, this nigga is nice. Like I'm like, what am I watching? In and out.
It's like pump fake and drive to the rim.
Oh God, his drive. He's niggas. I'm like, what the fuck? This dude's 7 feet. Like,
and he was blocking on Jokic.
Yeah, bro. He got that. He had a clutch block, right?
Yeah.
He did. Man, he had a nice block, man. He was going crazy.
I think today's the day I changed my mind on Jamal Murray. I think he's a glorified role player. He's a glorified 6th man. All he does is
only does good against the Lakers.
Oh God,
this is like I don't know like what's next for the Nuggets, but
they're just gonna try to get better role players and run it back.
They need a bench, bro. That bench has Reggie Jackson came in and did nothing good today. He did not contribute.
Christian Braun played well.
He did. Yeah, he did. I'll give him that. But everybody else can't. They have no backup big. DeAndre Jordan can't play. I don't know why he's on the team. Justin Holiday came in.
7 minutes.
Justin Holiday came in and fouled Rudy Gobert twice. I didn't even see him do anything else. I'm gonna be honest. And who was I saying? Reggie Jackson did nothing as well. Like you can't have these guys. I understand that you want to play the 5 best players as much as possible, but if MPJ don't have it going, or if Aaron Gordon don't have it going, you need somebody to throw in there that can like actually do something.
Energizer.
Yeah, Christian Brown did good, but he can't be the only guy. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like role players are supposed to play good at home. It's just like what's going on?
I feel like they need a star. I feel like their whole team is filled with role players. They're just play better because of Jokic. This is 100% facts. Like he's so good to the point where we're talking about Jamal Murray being one of the best players in the NBA during playoff time. Talking about Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon was nothing in Orlando. We didn't talk about how we had nothing to say about him. He's the only reason he's making shots. Like these guys are just good at their roles, and Jokic amplifies them. I was thinking today that Jokic has the worst second best player in the rest of the playoffs right now. He doesn't have a Kyrie Irving. He doesn't have a Pascal Siakam. Who else? Who's the other team?
Anthony Towns.
Carl Anthony Towns. Like his number 2 is Jamal Murray, and the only thing he can do is score. Granted, last year he was on a burner, and that was because Jokic was insane too. His stats were ridiculous. That dude shows up every year. Like I remember you were saying in the chat that he was 0 for 7 or something like that, but he still like impacted the game in so many ways, like by rebounding and scoring in the paint and finding open teammates. All these guys have to do is score the basketball when they're open, and they don't, and they'll lose games because of it. And I feel like their job is pretty simple, but I think he just needs another star. Imagine if he had a Kyrie Irving, a Karl Anthony Towns, or a Pascal Siakam. We're not going to be talking about a game 7 at all.
I think it depends the type of star you put with him, because I think they have to be able to play within that system. They just have to be better than some of these other guys. Like I don't think you get somebody that dominates the ball like too much, because then it just fucks the flow up, and you want Jokic to be running things. Yeah. So I think maybe Kyrie's I'm thinking of like an off-ball guy. You know what I mean? I want to say Paul George or something. Like he could help them a lot.
I feel like with Jokic, he is the system, and like no matter who you get, he'll just complement them, but play it at a superstar level. Like regardless, he'll make anybody around him better, whatever they do. Like if you have like a ball dominant guy like Luka, for example, or James Harden, he'll play off of them and just play in the post. Just dish it to him in the post, and he'll give you a little hook. It's like 100% that hook he does. I've never seen him miss. Or if you pass it to him in the post, he'll get everybody else involved and let like the ball dominant player get theirs. So I feel like he amplifies anybody that he plays with, and you just need a star player with the talent to do so.
I mean, I really don't think
we all don't think Jamal Murray is an all-star ever, right?
No, but
Nah,
I don't think they're really close. They won a championship without an all-star. I think their bench is either they have to get an all-star, like you said, or I think their team has to be more well-rounded. I think both options can work. I think now we're seeing it doesn't have to be, oh, you got to have the best players. If you have like a guy like Jokic, it doesn't really matter, but they got to be deeper for sure. They can't have they got to have impactful like Malik.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Malik Monk exactly, but those type of impactful role players on the bench. Actually,
yeah. I feel like Jokic is the best player by far to the point where he's at like getting these guys up to speed, and that's the only reason why they're in contention or as good. When you put all these players on the team, literally on different rosters, I don't remember their names. Oh God, bro,
they're definitely not as impactful. I agree with that.
That's crazy.
Like, I don't know about remember their names, but yeah, they're not as impactful.
I'm exaggerating.
Didn't even know them.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like
MPJ
Aaron
would
Gordon
be
is a
getting
prime
benched.
example.
Never heard of these
MPJ would get benched on so many teams for some of the shit he
Oh,
does.
my
I
goodness.
promise you.
Oh, yeah.
Jamal Murray is actually like just a good six man. He'd be a great six man.
He's better than just a six man.
Isaac,
Right,
He's like a third,
bro.
like
Isaac
a
Newton,
third
Jamal
option PG, a third
Who you
option point
taking,
guard.
Jamal Murray or Jamal Crawford?
Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Murray or Lou Williams?
Jamal Murray.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking Jamal.
You thought about it though, right?
But still, I mean, yeah, but still,
point.
like,
No, it's just super biased right now because they just came off an L.
You're showing it, yeah.
But this
no, I mean, granted, to their credit, they both had like 34 and 35. So like,
yeah, but that's the
you
strength
know
of
what I mean?
Jokic,
Like,
man. Like he's not doing that.
Yeah,
He's not
I mean,
putting 35
Jamal at
on
least-
his
Jamal
team.
was helping, bro. He was doing his
yeah,
thing.
Jamal had 34, so it's just like
Okay,
the rest
it's
of
not
them,
the
like
bubble no
Aaron
more,
had
though,
like
man.
4, Aaron Gordon had 4, MPJ had 7. Like these niggas.
Can you tell me Jamal Murray can do what Donovan Mitchell does on the Cavs? There's no way. That's what I'm saying. Like the whole pick and roll, the whole scheme,
but
how he
Donovan
gets his baskets.
is objectively better than.
But the
Jamal
thing
Murray.
is, I think he does the same thing, just a little worse. You know what I mean? I don't think he's like completely ass or like. I do think he's an all-star level. Like I don't think he's gonna make an all-star, but he's at that level. I still think just a tier
Because of
under.
the system.
You know what I
You
mean?
think because of his skill he can be an all-star?
I think because I think there's a lot of players more talented than him, but I don't think he's that far off though. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's probably the tier under it. You know what I mean? Like the CJ McCollum type of player, which is fine. That's a great player.
Man, I think CJ got a better bag than him.
I don't know. I see him right there. I don't know why you think that they.
Yeah, I think they're at the same level, but I feel like
CJ.
I just think he's better. He's more amplified because of the pick and roll scheme that he has with Jokic and what type of third he is. He plays with the center like Jared Allen. There's no way this nigga averages 20. Like average like 17 or something like that. Jonas Valanciunas. There's no way that he does what he does.
Obviously, he gets better looks because of Jokic and the way the pick and roll is run. But it's like he still has to go out there and execute it. And it's like he's done that all the way to a championship. So I got to give him some credit. Yeah, he's not a superstar All NBA player, but I still think you got to give him the tier under All Star. You know, out of respect.
Yeah. Well, me personally, but you know how I feel. I think like Malik Monk can do what he does in that system and beat Jamal Murray. Maybe I'm just biased, but I don't have any love for that guy.
I mean, hey, I'm not his biggest fan either. So like,
I got the most respect for Jokic though. Jokic
or Tyler Hero. I remember we had this conversation too. That Tyler Hero can do it.
That's a fair conversation though. I really do believe that.
Yeah, I mean they have similar stats regular season at least, and on a way different team. Like if you got Jokic on your team, you probably way more open for some shit.
Tyler Hero just might do a little fucking thing, whatever, like a little weird, you know, but they would do the same stuff, you know.
Yeah, Bubble Murray was definitely on the burner. I think he was better then, but Jokic wasn't Jokic in the bubble either.
No, the Nuggets weren't the Nuggets. They didn't have the role. They didn't have no Aaron Gordon.
Yeah,
like they didn't have KCP. KCP was with us actually. So
yeah, he won with you guys. Yeah, you might be right. Getting more role players might be the issue or the way to solve it.
I think because Jokic is so good, they can go either way. I'll say it like that. Like because he's so much better than everybody, it's you can do.
I really think he's better than everybody by like a mile right now.
It's just you need two people to guard him at all times. Like they had to have Gobert, the greatest rim protector in the last 10 years, and Karl Anthony Towns guarding him basically the whole time. And it took 7 games.
Yeah, even when Nas Reader's out there, the final block that he had, there was literally 3 people on Jokic.
Yeah, like,
it's crazy.
Nah, Jokic, he's just too big. I'm like, sometimes I want to give the best title to Luka, but I'm like, skill wise, I would say Luka, but it's just like Jokic is too big. Jokic is too big. Like he rebounds more. He even assists more. Like and he scores
I
at
think
damn near the same clip if he needs to.
Dude,
Like,
even
yeah,
on
I think Jokic
defense,
is more skilled.
it's
like
like
him just standing in the paint, he's so big that like he's not
Just kinda
jumping for nothing, but he's taking up so much space. Like,
and he
Yeah.
gets some blocks too a game. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
because he's just
he's
like,
beating the like no defense allegations. He definitely he puts himself in the right spot, and it helps a lot.
yeah,
for
he's
their
like a
eyes.
smart defender.
Yeah,
So even if he
yeah.
lacks the ability, like he knows where
I
to
think
be.
Nuggets. I think Nuggets will be back next year.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're not going
As Jokic
anywhere. I
is
mean,
there.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made the Western Conference Finals again, or the
Yeah.
finals. Like,
yeah, it's not. They're gonna be up there, but it's exciting that they went down because it's like no one's
it's
too
a new
can
time.
be too safe. You know what I mean?
It's a new
Yeah,
time.
like you said, we might not have like back to backs or three-peats ever again in a long time. So
If it does happen, it's gonna be like, oh, this team is a dynasty. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's going crazy.
it'd be a stacked team. I can see Wemby maybe like if they stack a team with him.
Yeah,
They
if
got
he,
two
if he gets,
lottery
that's what I'm
picks.
saying. If he gets a good enough squad, it's gonna be over. Like,
There's no stopping him.
there's no stopping it. Like,
We'll see.
there already is right now. Like, unless Chet becomes like an all-time defender, and they meet up somewhat like in the playoffs all the time or something. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only person who could ever match
I
up.
still don't think
He's
Chet's
like
gonna
the
get
best
to
offensive
Wemby's
players
level.
ever. You can't stop them. You only can like hope to contain them, as they say.
But I just mean like even in terms of like physical stature, you know what I mean? Like no
Yeah.
one in the league can contest Wemby's jump shot.
Yeah.
So he just has an open. He has an open greens every play. Like it's just like.
Speaking of the
It's just
Thunder, how
crazy.
do we feel about them losing?
I mean, great season. I don't think.
Good riddance. I was kidding.
Come on, respect Thunder. They had a good season. Nobody expected them to be the 1 seed. You know, overachieved, I think, by a lot of standards or
100%.
expectations. And they have a lot of shit to work with in the offseason. They have cap space, draft picks out the ass. Like, they can go a lot of different ways. And I think they should take advantage of that. You know, Gordon Hayward played how many games in the playoffs? He scored 0 points. 0 points, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
He's
Like,
better than that too. Maybe it's just his role on the team. I don't know.
I think he's cooked. I think it's time. It might be his end of his career. Look, go back to Utah, see if you can get your jersey retired or something. But yeah, I think he's done. I think they need to get some more win now players. You know, I think the size especially hurt them. We saw in the Maverick series. I mean, dude, Derek Lively like destroyed them. Like I can only imagine if they had to guard Jokic or something, like they would have been just
or
decimated.
even Minnesota.
Wait a minute. I need to move my car real fast.
You're good.
All right.
Let me meet this dude real quick. Yeah, but they just needed size. They needed guys that can match up better, get rebounds, things like that. Chet is too thin. I mean, hopefully he puts on weight, but still, I don't think he's ever going to be one of those big dudes. Just the way
Maybe
he's
you can
built.
play him at the 4 and get a center.
That's a good that might be a good idea. So yeah, I think they got a lot to work with though. They got a lot of directions they can go.
Yeah,
They're going to definitely get better.
I think they've hit their timeline a couple years earlier than expected. So that means that with their riches, they can push it forward and trade for somebody. Or, I think trading is the only option that you have right now, right? If you want to win now, because I think your team's ready to win now. It shows that they pushed the Mavs to 6. Could have been a 7-game series. I think any other team in the West, they would have pushed them to 6-2. So I feel like you got to trade some assets to get somebody. You mentioned Kevin Durant. But as like time goes on, DeJounte Murray, if he opens up, there's going to be a lot of players that come through. Even Donovan Mitchell, I feel like any star can really fit in that offense as long as because I don't think anybody they get is going to be better than SGA because he showed up in the playoffs and showed us that he is a superstar. And I think his team just needs to follow with more experience as they get older. So we'll see. But I think trading for somebody like a star with all their picks is the right way to go. Someone's going to go rebuild mode next year. So
I think Josh Giddey's the odd man out.
Yeah. Dude, they benched him
he's
too.
Gonna get traded. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's definitely going to be involved in a trade. So, you know, they could go a lot of ways with that. I mean,
yeah.
I think they could use some like front court helpers, in my opinion. I think a guy like Jeremy Grant would be like a good low key option for them. He still has, he can help.
I don't know if that puts him over the hump though, because I feel like they would have struggled against Minnesota or Denver and would have lost to them too.
No, obviously he can't be the only player you get, but I'm just saying like someone like that help him out. You know, maybe to fucking Tobias Harris if you want him instead. I don't know, but
Yeah, you can get somebody. They have a lot of cap space too, right? They've only paid SGA, and I think J-Dub's still on his rookie contract. Chet too.
yeah, Chet too. Yeah, I mean Clint Capella, like we said from the Hawks, they could use
Yeah,
him. I
that'd be a
mean,
great fit.
and they have
They
a
can
ton
really
of
go any
picks, so
direction, bro.
they can like try to get a superstar. I don't really know who would be available, to be honest. Like I don't know who's trying to trade their. I think a lot of teams are still thinking they can, you know, maybe Brooklyn is looking to sell because they're in deep shit right now.
Cat
So
would help.
Mikal Bridges,
Yeah,
yeah, he would be good.
Kuzma, if he wants to
That's
go.
another good
That'd
one.
help
Yeah, the
defensively.
Wizards.
They can, yeah, because they have a lot of assets to get more than just one All-Star. They can get another one too, or a good role player that fits their role well.
Definitely,
They
yeah,
can
they
trade for
can.
Wiggins. Take Wiggins, man. I don't want him anymore.
Andrew, I don't know if anyone wants him.
Package him.
You're
But
gonna be
yeah,
tricky.
I think maybe even if they want like a vet and Klay Thompson, give him spot minutes. You don't have to pay him as much.
OKC, I think he comes back. I think Clay's gonna stay.
I hope they don't pay him a bunch of money. He's not worth it to stay. I feel like
I
Moses
think they'll
Moody.
give him a fair contract, like not minimum
Sure.
bullshit, but like I
Mm.
think they'll give him like 10, 15 mil a year or something.
That's not bad. I just don't want him to play over guys like Moody, who's playing better than him one game or something like that. You know,
I feel like
I
Clay
understand.
understands that like he's not the player he was, and you know he has to give his role up a little bit to some of the newer guys if he wants to win. And I think he
Yeah,
does care about winning like that. So
we'll see. I feel like he cares more about
the
stats
bag,
and legacy. Yeah, and the bag because he got robbed out of the All NBA bag too a couple years ago.
true. Maybe he also wants to just prove that he can do it on a different team.
Yeah, which is probably not going to happen or not going to be the case. But we'll
Draymond
see.
was talking crazy on the podcast too when he was saying, "Oh,
Uh,
Rudy Gobert is not guarding Jokic and whatnot." Right?
yeah, that the series is over too. I think
It's
Rudy Gobert is
crazy.
going to show the world how good he is next year or next season too, or sorry, next series. This dude's guarding Jokic. No one's going to be able to guard Jokic one on one, and they'll all get cooked. But Rudy's the only one he's like a punching bag. People don't like him, so they'll just come after him and his ability to play defense or like what he represents. But he's a 4-time DPOY for a reason. And the way that the Mavericks play basketball with their bigs, I feel like that lob threat that Luka provides with Lively and Gafford and them just ducking the ball is not going to be there with
It's
the
not enough.
there. And that's a big deficit for them because that's how Luka creates baskets or creates separation. Either passes it to the corner or throws it up for a lob. And with the defense that Minnesota has, I think I heard that they didn't even allow Denver to pass 100 points or something like that this whole series, which is insane.
Maybe in the wins, or maybe
Yeah,
at all. I don't know, but that's a good point.
maybe
Yeah, the
also.
lobs are
Yeah, the
not going to
70
be.
last game.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
lobs are
they
not
didn't
going to
get
be
him
enough. Jokic was only able to do so much because he has like an offensive bag, complete
back.
offensive game. But Lively and Gafford was awful actually against the Thunder, and that's concerning already because they don't even
Yeah.
have any size at all. So
Yeah.
I mean, you're dealing with the exact polar opposite of that. And yeah, I was just gonna finish about the Thunder. Yeah, I think that they have a lot of directions they can go. I think Shea had a really good season too, and going back to Draymond thing, actually, that's what I wanted to say. The Draymond thing, it was funny because he played the same exact role as Rudy Gobert in where he's a help defender, and when they were in the finals, he wasn't guarding LeBron James 1-on-1. He's not guarding the other team's best player,
Yeah,
even
Yeah.
though
saw that
he
too.
can help defense and being the quarterback of the defense, and
Yeah,
Iggy's guarding Braun. That's why he won the Finals MVP. So
I
it's
can't
just
take Draymond
ironic how he
seriously.
hates on Rudy.
Yeah, that's why he just doesn't like the guy, so he's just gonna say anything bad about him when he gets the chance to. So I can't take him seriously.
Nigga had that nigga in the headlock for real, bro. Ready to kill him.
Personal.
It's true hatred, man. True hatred. I can respect it as long as he's consistent.
Can't trust no words Draymond says about
Hey man, if Rudy gets a ring, man, people are gonna hate to see it. And they're
Oh
gonna
my
hate to see
goodness,
his legacy get
he'll,
inflated like
he'll
this.
easily be a Hall of Famer. If
I
he's
think
not
he's
now,
already a
yeah,
Hall of
he'll
Famer.
solidify it.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, that'll solidify it though, for sure.
I think he'll
That's
get the
awesome.
respect he deserves if he gets this ring.
I don't think so. I think he'll never get the respect. I feel like it's just a punching bag.
I'm gonna give
I
him the
don't respect
respect
that nigga.
personally.
I'm not. I'm
That's
not
fair.
put that nigga.
Yeah,
sir.
Omari
We
Gabe
still
will
got
never give
some-
me respect, no
We
matter what
still
he
got
does.
some true haters in here.
'Cause he has no offensive bag. You see the fadeaway today, Omari?
That was
He's
crazy.
waving.
Yeah, he working
No,
on
his-
it. He was
Hey,
working on
I'm
it.
not going to deny facts. He has no offensive game whatsoever, but the defense is generational. I gotta acknowledge it.
Yeah,
Facts.
go for him.
He'll get a bag now.
Jumper, nigga. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on the dribble.
I know where to
You
shoot
could be
it.
KD. If I work harder, you could be KD, man. You could be KD
Yeah.
and fucking
I don't know
and
if he could be.
Gobert on the defensive end.
I don't know if
I
he's
wish.
built to be KD. Like,
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Bro,
move
it's just like a It's like damn near just coordination. Like
yeah,
he's
well,
just like
I mean,
you know what I mean.
don't
Like
got it.
as a big man, like why are you so uncoordinated? It's like just
Okay, all big men are uncoordinated. No big man can move.
not KD. KD 7 feet tall and he's
Wemby.
Wemby,
generational
yeah.
and Chet, and they're both like super
But
skinny.
I'm like, how do you not like? Everybody at one point doesn't know how to dribble, and you do enough drills to learn how to dribble. You know what I mean? Like,
But then you take away time of learning how to be defensive. You
nigga,
have to spend time learning to be defensive.
like what? Like, bro, after a while, like you know how to be like. He's a grown man. You think he doesn't know? He's gonna forget how to play defense? Like,
No, I'm just saying,
he
like
can learn how to. He can learn
you
how
have
to dribble
to.
the
I mean,
ball.
you learn from like a young age, and
still
just,
know how to play defense.
you put in
All right.
like.
Let's put it this
memory.
way: he's going from the worst ball handler in the NBA. Like even if he improves a little bit, he's still gonna be like the fifth worst in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like it takes a lot for him to improve.
And that's not what he's getting paid for.
Man.
Also,
Niggas need to work harder. That's all I'm saying.
Everybody works on their handles. Like even if Rudy's working, like other people are still working. You know what I mean? Like it.
yeah, no,
it
you'll never
cancels
be
out.
Naz Reid like level of handle either. There's just no
Yeah.
way.
I don't know, man. All I'm saying is just like it's just in general, like not being able to do something at all. It's just like I'd be feeling
I
like
feel
it's
like he's
character flaw.
improved like
feels like-
minimally since
Yeah.
Utah. Like at least
No,
this
I'm
much.
just saying like people who can't shoot at all, like people who can't do some of this stuff. It's just like what are you doing in the off season? Like
Working
to
on
where
what
you
they
just
know.
can't do stuff. I mean,
Because you're trying to stay in the NBA. Like Rudy Gobert is not going to be known for his offensive game or get paid for doing things from an offensive standpoint. Work on your defense, get your money, and try to win. Maybe I can understand if you're talking about like a hook
to me,
shot,
I'm just like you should try to be the best you be. Like he should be able to make a mid range shot like consistently. There's no reason like
I don't know. It's hard.
There's just no. It's just in my opinion, it's just like in the mindset of like always wanting to get better at the game. It's just like why would you not want to try?
Why doesn't LeBron shoot 90% from the line? That's the one thing he
that's
never
completely
learned to do.
different.
Why is it completely different?
Okay, but he's getting better.
20 seasons.
No, see that's a bad example because last year he shot like 60% and then he was like I'm gonna get better. He shot like 77 or something, 75. I was like, at least you get better.
So he went back he just went back to normal. Like
he went above normal.
You can't get better at free throws. I feel like it's a mental thing.
You can't. You said.
Yeah, no, like
but he had like a 15% jump, like threes.
No,
he had like a
70% shooter or something like that.
Yeah, but he shot above his average this year.
All right, what? But like 3%?
No, by like 5. So like 75 or 70.
Yeah, but if it's low, it's still low. Like he's not at 85%. Like,
but my point is, like it was bad at one point, and you work on it, and you get better.
Even
if it was just
like Rudy Gobert, if he works on his handle, he's still gonna be the 5th worst person with the handle.
Okay, but what's his name? He didn't go from last to 5th. He went from last, or not last, but like low to fucking.
It's also
at least average.
Yeah, you're so right. Free throw is a bad example. It's way easier to improve free throws than your handle. Like,
and it's not even a huge increase in free throw percentage, too.
I just think niggas should get better. That's all I say. Go get back now.
I feel like if you can give me 10 players that got better at something, like way better, then I'd agree.
Yeah, who didn't have a 3-point shot that came out of nowhere and got a strap like
just
that?
Brook Lopez.
Lonzo.
No, Lonzo. I mean,
Lonzo had to fix his shot, but he always used to shoot.
They just fixed the mechanics on the shot. Like it wasn't like
he's never. Yeah,
he was shooting bad.
Post player. He was always shooting
but he was shooting good in college. It's not who to get.
Yeah, he shot good in college, but he got to the NBA and was shooting ass.
Okay, but his game always included the 3-pointer, though.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just saying he worked on it and he got better. He did major work too. That's changing your form too is a whole different thing than just practicing your shot.
He tweaked it. They didn't change the whole damn thing.
Yeah, he did, bro. It was.
Okay, and it's still from there though.
Now he shoots like this.
No,
he shoots like straight ahead. Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't, bro. He still brings it to the side a bit. Like his release point. His release point is different.
He moves his head. He moved his head, but he don't move it. Like he just moves his head.
It's straight now. Like it's
Nah.
but all I'm
Hopefully we'll
saying
see it
is
again next season, man. I see him
yeah,
dunk.
He was dunking.
pray for Lonzo, man. Oh, he did. Damn, wait, I want to see
Yeah.
that.
It was just like some weak
Okay.
rim grazer, but yeah.
Hey man,
At
that's a
least
good
he
sign.
need work.
Yeah, I need Lonzo back in the league, man. He was so exciting to watch, especially on the Bulls.
Yeah.
I was
We'll see
like,
him again,
you could tell
He
he was
had
going to be
them
something special.
believing.
Yeah, on God.
Yeah, believe
Good
it.
little sneak peek.
All right, you want to do our predictions?
Yeah, let's do the
Yeah.
predictions and wrap it up.
All right, what do you want to start with?
These.
Let's do the Eastern Conference Finals because this is gonna be a cakewalk. At least it should be. Like I said earlier, even if they don't have Porzingis for a single game this series, I think it should be a 5-game series. I think the Pacers can get one because I still think the Celtics don't really have that dog in them that I want to see.
Yeah.
And I saw a point. I think Gilbert Arenas said this on his podcast, or I don't know if it was him, but the Celtics have not been battle tested. And like you don't want to, or maybe it was Udonis Haslam, I think that said this. He said you don't want to be battle tested in the finals, and I do kind of agree with that because like they haven't really had to face a challenge that I think is gonna is really tough, and it's like it can be twofold because like you do not want to play that in the finals where you got to go through adversity the first time, but at the same time you kind of didn't have to go through much, so you're like more well rested, more prepared, still sharp for the finals. So I guess I can see both sides of it, but at the end of the day, the Celtics are just a better team. They have a more complete team. The Pacers, they barely got here through two very hobble teams. We just talked about it. So I think this is a pretty easy pick for me.
I feel like it could be a good thing not to be battle tested. It just means your team is good and like you can win games as being who you are.
Maybe you never go get into a battle like that.
Yeah,
Nah,
but
man,
I mean,
the
even
only
from
ones-
previous years and experience from all the players, besides like Porzingis, Drew Holiday has been battle tested in other series. Tatum has been battle tested in other series. Brown has been battle tested in other series. So, I mean, you don't have to be battle tested this year because your team's different, but
You're
the
right.
experience that the team comes with, I feel like makes you
That's a
better.
good point.
But like you said, they are soft, so they'll give up a game. Like they gave up a game to freaking Cavaliers and the Heat. They'll probably lose one game at home and win it in 5. I think Pacers are fast and have a good bench. If they shoot a high percentage like they did today, and that carries on, then they'll win a game. But other than that, I think the Celtics are just better, bigger team, way better defensively, shoot better. They're just better than every facet of basketball besides playing at a faster pace.
I mean, you said the Pacers are deep, but even the Celtics got guys off the bench that can contribute. So it's like
you
I
said,
don't know if that's going to be that much of an advantage as it was against the Knicks.
Yeah, exactly. And they're well rested, like you said, finished series in 5. And then I think all their wins were over like 10 points besides the last one against the Cavs. So
yeah,
they'll be okay. Celtics in 5.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Celtics in 6. I'm gonna give Pacers a little extra credit.
Let's go.
I'm a little lower on the Celtics. I feel like obviously like one of the best teams in the league. Like, so their record speaks for itself. But like I said, I've seen them fold a few times, just in not even just this year, but like just in previous seasons too. I feel like as long as the Pacers continue to play like as aggressive as they've had to play against the Knicks, I feel like they can really. The Celtics may let a couple games get away from them. You know what I mean? Like, if they get punched early, like they may not recover in those games because a lot of times they don't play like as hard as they should be.
Yeah.
The Pacers need to unleash James Johnson on the court for a game.
He's literally there just to be the enforcer because they do got a black belt, so everybody's gonna be scared of him.
Have him set like a hard screen on Jason Tatum just to like,
he'd be so high right
there, bitch.
Yeah, just get ejected, just fire up the team.
Yeah, but I want to believe in Tyrese and Siakam. I feel like they can at least squeak out 2, but obviously I think that the Celtics are just a better team.
You can believe in them for 1 or 2 games. They'll have 1 or 2 good games, but for a series, there's just no way that they'll be able to keep up. Especially like Tatum's answered the call. We got to give him his respect because from all the hate that he got, he actually dropped 30 back-to-back games. I think he's taking it more seriously, and we'll see if he's not soft anymore. But at least he's responded. So
I mean, I've seen a good point. People saying like, yeah, he hasn't been doing great this playoffs, but also like he hasn't really had to, bro. Like they kind of been cruising, so it's
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's not
Him
really
and
the
Drew
biggest
Holiday.
deal. Yeah, he hasn't done shit either.
Yeah. Their team's just good, so we'll see what happens.
Derek White's been killing it, honestly. He's been the
Yeah.
GOAT for them.
He might be the best role player in the NBA, huh?
They're definitely up
Yeah.
there. The
Yeah.
one.
All
People
right, next
saying he
series.
should have been an all-star, dude. I remember that.
Yeah, right. I remember Reggie Miller said they should have 4 All-Stars that year.
That's crazy, man.
He just be
There's
chatting.
too much. There's way too much talent for that to ever happen again. That's never
Yeah.
happened.
That's why I watch fucking TNT on mute, bro.
Jamal's been better though as a commentator.
They're packing that shit up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Jamal's a good commentator.
No, Jamal does a
NBC's
good
left
job.
on,
Yeah.
This might be the last year of NBA on TNT.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fortunately, good memories, but you know, some of the shit they say is incredibly stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's all entertainment. For me, it's just like, you know,
I take it as
Yeah,
entertainment
don't take
value.
it seriously.
I watch it for the entertainment factor.
Sometimes I like hearing players' perspective, like Chuck and Shax's. Sometimes, depending on what they say, Kenny too.
They be
But
tripping.
sometimes it's good
sometimes.
entertainment value. Yeah, well, what's it called? When he said to Jokic that Shea should have won the MVP, that was insane.
That was crazy, dude. Like, why would you say that to him?
Yeah,
you could have said that off when you're not interviewing him. Like,
exactly, but you wanted to say it on national television while he was getting his respect and award. It's whack. Yeah, I feel like, and SGA didn't even get that many votes, like to compete for it to be close at all. Like I think Jokic won by a landslide in first place of votes. So
probably feels good about them taking this L.
Yeah.
He be hating on any big that's like close to passing him up.
Yeah, huh? Yeah. I saw Gilbert say something about that too.
Yeah,
it's true too.
I actually did.
Shaq put out this track against Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, I saw. Me and Gabe listened to it, but it was like I think it was a snippet only.
It's not good, you know.
Yeah. All right, next series. This one should be good.
Yeah, Timberwolves versus the Mavericks.
I think we're all gonna be unanimous on this, at least the team.
Are we?
Maybe.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Ooh.
You want me to start it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I got Minnesota winning this. I think Timberwolves are gonna win in 5. I think Rudy Gobert, like I told you earlier, Bez is gonna show us why he's a DPOY. He doesn't have to guard Jokic for 7 games, the best player in the freaking planet. Gets to guard Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, and maybe some what's his name? The lanky forward that can dunk.
Derek Jones,
yeah. Maybe some of him, and he won't be able to shoot the ball at a high clip. You also have great defenders in Jaden McDaniels. He's going to be guarding Luka, and Luka's hobbled right now. He's not at 100%. He's still Luka Doncic, but you also have Anthony Edwards, who's not just a scorer, but he can play defense as well and guard Kyrie and make it difficult for them to show up. Kyrie has been struggling a bit. He showed up a bit in Game 6, but other than that, PJ Washington's been their second best player in that OKC series. I don't know if he's going to keep it up, especially against a team that's definitely the best defense in the NBA right now. Them or the Celtics, but they'll provide defense at a high clip. I think everybody knows that their role on that team. I know who's going to guard Cat. Cat will have some good games, some bad games. Ant will have some good games, some bad games. But together as a team, they always show up. And Mike Conley's been good. Naz Reid's been good. The whole team's been good. They're deep. I think they're going to embarrass Dallas and beat them in 5 games. Even if Luka's going to show up, I don't think the others will. So I think Minnesota's going to win this in 5. That's why. That's my reason why.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said. I think it's going to go to 6. I do think the Mavericks can pose a little bit of a different threat than the Nuggets. I think they're more well equipped to stop the Nuggets because of Jokic. But guarding Luka and Kyrie is going to be a lot harder than guarding Jamal Murray. Let's be real.
Yeah,
and I think that will be a different issue, which I think they will have the personnel, like you said, to handle because they got a bunch of good defenders and McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, even off the bench is a good defender. Yeah. So, you know, even guys like Kyle Anderson could come in and like give you a little bit of something. Like they're a really deep team. So it's just going to be a different adjustment. So I think it's going to be its own challenge. So I'm going to give Dallas the respect, but I do think they have all the tools to beat this team. You know, It's just a lot easier to stop a guard as well than it is a big. And, you know, their bigs aren't really posing much of a threat, which I also think frees up Cat a little more to be – he had to spend a lot of energy trying to guard Jokic. He got in foul trouble, and he wasn't really, this game he played really well for the first half before he got into foul trouble. But in the next series, I think he'll be able to find more of a rhythm and just help him more. So, yeah, I think the Timberwolves are just built more complete, and I think they'll win the series in 6.
Yeah, another point that I wanted to bring up is that the lob threat that Gafford and Lively possess with Luka is a huge factor, because I feel like that's one of the reasons why they're as good as they were pre or post trade deadline, because they can win games, and because it gives Luka another factor if he wants to throw a lob or throw it to the corner or score it. So it gives them 3 options instead of just passing it to the corner or trying to score it with having freaking like Dwight Powell or the 3-point shooter that they had before. What's his name?
Josh Green?
The big dude that shoots.
Kleber.
Maxi Kleber. Yeah, Kleber. He can't dunk it either. So that gives them another facet. But with Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, they're going to take that away for sure. And also Harden and Paul George pushed that team to 6 games without Kawhi Leonard. So, I mean, that's given enough to show you that the Minnesota healthies can push this team or beat this team easier.
You gotta go against us.
You can't go against Kyrie. You got too much love for him, huh?
You know what, man? Look,
Kyrie or Ant?
Nah, I know. I said that I had the Mavs in the finals this year, but seeing as good as the Wolves have been playing, I can't possibly take the Mavs over the Wolves right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Wolves in 6. You know, I pray the Mavs win somehow, pull out some miracles. But just on a talent perspective, and a defensive perspective, especially, it's like it doesn't really like at least roster like top to bottom doesn't compare. Like obviously, Luka and Kyrie may still well be the best 2 players in the series.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like Ant's, obviously insane, but like
I see your point though. Kyrie,
you know what I mean. Like Kyrie is he's shown and proved that in series he can rise to the occasion, and I'm hoping that he does. I'm hoping that I know that last series was a little rocky for him, but I'm hoping he brings it back this series because I think he is a playoff riser. He excels at the end of the day in tough situations.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the way that the Wolves have been playing defense and the way that their offense is rolling and their entire roster is contributing every single night, I feel like they're just too good of a team for just a Luka and Kyrie to overcome.
Yeah.
I think the way, if they are going to win a series, it has to be like a really hot 3-point shooting series. Like Tim Hardaway can't be having those bullshit games where he goes 1 for 8. Like he has to stay hot the whole series. Derrick Jones has to hit at a high clip, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
PJ is such a good addition, man. Like
he was great for them.
He actually literally won him that series.
And he was fired up too. Like he was bringing the energy.
Yeah, he turns up. Yeah, I'm like, damn.
Man,
it's fun to watch this thing.
Shows you how much a team and organization could really ruin a player or put him in bad spots.
Because it's just the Hornets. It's just the Hornets.
It's not the Hornets, man. So yeah,
Malik Monk's thriving now. Like,
LaMelo need to get out of there, man. Just
I don't know.
Force a trade, man.
He needs to first be on the court before he forces anything.
Well, yeah, that's true. He needs to be healthy, but he needs to get
like Minnesota.
Did you see him and Lonzo playing in like 1-on-1 in 2K? I'm like, bro, y'all play more on this than in the court.
They're playing like at the stage 10K 1-on-1.
Stupid, like.
But to the Dallas and Minnesota series, it's gonna be crazy seeing Luka or Anthony Edwards in the finals, and the conversation we're gonna have like, if Anthony Edwards makes it to the finals, we have to crown him the best shooting guard in the NBA, and if Luka makes it to the finals, the top 3 player in the NBA.
I think someone like Devin's gonna be like, well, like Book went to a finals too.
And what do we say about Book? We praised him.
Yeah, but no other shooting guard ever
led in the finals. Or Giannis went like nuclear. Like,
hey, but Anthony Edwards 22 years old and doing this. Let's just put that in perspective.
I think Ant will be for sure. Like, I think if he wins it for sure, like you got to say he's the best.
Oh,
I think honestly, I think the Wolves got a chance against Celtics. Honestly, like,
if he wins the finals, I think he'll be a top 5 player in the NBA. I think any player that is a superstar that leads your team to the finals, they at least have to be top 5.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I agree with that.
even if the team's really good, but you still have he's still the superstar. It's not like it's the Pistons with like Chauncey Billups as your best player type of thing. So I got your guy, you know.
Unless you're Kawhi Leonard, and you could beat an injured Warriors team.
He was top 5 when he made it.
Then you're the best player in the world somehow.
No,
but
these
are I hate it.
He still earned the title regardless.
Jokic is still the best. No matter who wins this year, Jokic is still the best.
No, I'm talking about in 2019. I'm like, people just watched what LeBron did in 2018, and then in 2019,
no, because did you not see
Kawhi did something that, like, he's the best in the world.
Kawhi has one of the greatest shots in NBA history with that 76er shot. His path was tough too. You have to beat Giannis, who was coming up, Embiid.
Yeah, but he
Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Jimmy Butler, like that roster was insane.
And he played against the emergency room in the finals. Like,
it doesn't matter. It's the path and how he got to the finals and the way that he performed.
Yeah,
you got to give him credit.
I agree. He should be top 5, but they were saying he was top 1, and I couldn't.
No, they're saying it's top 3. The big conversation is top 3 player. Him, KD, and LeBron. Yeah, that was the biggest conversation. But I mean, you could make the argument that he was 1 though.
No, you
could make the argument. There's an argument there. Depending on
I thought you would have been wrong. Yeah, you would have been wrong. That's what you would have made a wrong argument.
Yeah.
Appreciate that Kawhi, man. We're never gonna get him back.
Yeah, facts.
But back to Ant. I think no matter what, this is already, like, he's 22. Like, he's already solidifying a legacy, like, of performing on a high stage and winning. Although he only had 16 this game, but him getting to the Western
100%.
Yeah, and I think that it adds to it them not making the conference finals in 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, since KG, it's like a, you know what I mean? All the NBA narratives and storylines.
Yeah, I saw a funny clip of Paul Pierce asking KG if the Timberwolves and Celtics made it to the finals and they played each other, who is he rooting for? He says he's rooting for both teams. Whoever wins, he's like 50-50.
Nah,
whoever wins the ring, he'll be on stage. We're like, let's go. No matter who won.
He celebrated no matter what.
Yeah. That's hilarious. He's the only player who could do that too. He's put in pain for both organizations.
Yeah, dude. This playoffs has been like amazing so far, especially in the West. And then the West for sure, and then
some series I'll say. This Nuggets Timberwolves series has been amazing. Like, I know the blowouts have been. I don't like that part. A lot of these games were blowouts, but just a back and forth like chess match about it, and like this game 7 was crazy. So
Knicks series 2 was really good.
Knicks one, all the Knicks games have been great. The 76ers one was good too.
Celtics.
The whole series.
Yeah, Sixers is good. But then we have like Celtics. There's like no reason to watch any Celtics games.
Yeah. I haven't watched. I've watched maybe one.
Yeah, same here. There's no reason to like. We expect them to win, but the only reason we pay attention is if they lose, like, because they shouldn't. You know what I mean?
I'll agree with that. I'll also who got their ass fucking destroyed for fucking the Phoenix Suns disappointing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the Wolves.
But it was still good fun to watch because of Anthony Edwards. I guess his antics.
Yeah, that's true. He went off.
You see Jaden McDaniels dunk at the end today?
They got Kevin Durant.
Like, this team is like
he's going crazy too.
Bro, that was a nasty
like
Ant was waving by, and then Dane McDaniels did like a self-lob dunk, bro. They were going crazy.
Dude, it's Memphis on steroids last year. This is like a good Memphis team that has a chance to win. Just imagine like the stuff we'd see with John Morant if they had the team like
I don't think the Timberwolves aren't overdoing it though. They're not doing it every time. It's only like when it actually is warranted, you know.
And definitely knows the right things to say and like gives respect and stuff like that. But he definitely he has a good mix with the antics. And,
he talking shit. It's like one day he'll be like, "I'm the best player in the world," and then the second day he's like, "Bro, man, I saw LeBron do. He's so insane." I'm like, you know what I mean? Like he switches from like it's, but his personality is fire. Honestly,
he's just a chill dude. Like he doesn't take shit seriously, and like I feel like we don't take everything he says too serious, and that's why everyone loves him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like he's like the Lamar Jackson of last year with the playoffs going on. Like I really want Lamar to win.
Everybody wants him to win. Yeah.
I feel like Ant's the same way.
I feel that
personality wise too. He even gave respect to Jokic too. That man, he dropped 40s, and this is why he's the best player in the world, and he showed it to us. Tonight. Yeah. So
but then he's also like, "Oh, we're gonna be back here game 7." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, that, you know?
He's definitely good for the NBA from like a marketing standpoint. So I'm all in for him winning.
And the whole
Yeah.
MJ
Hoping
angle, I like it too. Like and I
Yeah,
like that he's not like
MJ wasn't getting no
leaning
chips at
into it.
22.
It just makes it
exactly.
more believable because obviously
Yeah.
like MJ would never buy into that shit. So he obviously is not doing it either.
I mean, he's like, oh, I'm not MJ. I haven't even won like my first champion. He's humbled with it too.
Yeah.
The funny
Yeah, he
thing
just
was,
knows the perfect thing to say.
yeah, when the reporter asked him about like, oh, if he like sees Jamal Murray and respects him like as an idol, and something, he's like, what? Hell no, he's
I'm like 3 years older than me.
he's 35.
No, they asked him that. That's crazy.
That's why I feel
Just
like
like
Jamal
as an
Murray, like
idol.
him had some beef because of that. But it was
His
funny.
idol
Like,
is crazy,
Did
dude.
you,
Like,
did you see the
he
quote
just said
that
if he
he
looks
said
up to him
today?
like he does like KD and them, he's like, oh no,
what the hell?
like
Yeah,
KD
it was like 3
35.
years older than me, bro. You tripping?
Yeah.
Like.
He said today I had Jamal Murray in handcuffs.
Yeah, because I remember Jamal
Yeah.
Murray in the press conference said they didn't know, like he didn't even see Anthony Edwards or something like that. He wasn't in his vision when they had a terrible game and lost by 40. He was like,
Yeah.
no, I don't see Anthony Edwards. I know who you're talking about. So they had a little beef
That's
going
funny.
on. I don't even
I'm
know
glad
if
the
they shook
motherfucker lost, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Got what he deserved.
Facts.
Yeah.
Let them know shit ain't. It's not the Lakers this time. You can't just always be doing that
Hey,
against
man.
our terrible defensive guards.
They are sister. They are sister franchise, man. They are sister franchise.
Hey, hey, when we were.
That Minneapolis blood never leaves. You feel me?
That's right, bro.
Lakers right there. Minneapolis blood don't leave.
Hey,
Yeah, I
we
don't
won
know
like
any
half
team
our
that's
championships with
rooting for
them.
Minnesota to win it all now, or any person.
Yeah. Honestly, I hope they do. I hope Ant gets a chippy.
That would be crazy. That would be some Kobe-like legacy starting to build.
Anybody who wins it this year now is going to be new blood.
Legacy, yeah, legacy
I
defined.
just would hate for it to be the Celtics. You know, that would just be like,
oh yeah, no,
we
dude,
can't believe we validated these fucking losers. You know,
man.
First chip in 150 years, dude. Like,
yeah, because they haven't won the chip since 08.
Like 40. Oh yeah. That's true.
Like it just won't feel good with the Celtics. I feel like even if they beat the Timberwolves, or be like, would we really be like, you know, this team is young. This is their first time even getting to the conference finals. You know, unless they make it really close and it's like a dogfight, and we see like the Celtics have to work for it. I don't know if we're gonna be like, oh my god, they impressed us so much. With
because we expect them to win it, type of thing. So there's no like high off of it.
I don't know, man. I feel like their record and stuff. Their record be inflated too. You feel me? Like they're playing against East teams for the most part.
I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to do, though.
Bro, I remember that game.
Yeah, they're smacking them, but I'm like they're. At the end of the day, they're gonna have more wins because they're playing against the Pistons 50 times. You know what I mean?
No, I remember that game when the Pistons. I remember during the season, the Pistons were during their like 28-game losing streak, and they almost broke it against the Celtics.
Yeah. But I mean, even if they're in the West, they'd still be the number 1 seed. Let's be real.
Nah, I'm not rubbing.
I think the record would reflect differently because they'd play different.
They definitely would, but
that's what I'm saying. They play much harder teams each night in and night out. Like,
still, do you not see them as the favorite to win it all?
They would still be up there. Don't get me wrong, but they would not. I don't think they would be that clear above, like better than everyone else.
No, me neither. I think they'd have 50 something wins. They'd be where OKC is, but a couple.
I'm like 64 is a lot. Like,
yeah.
But
we'll see.
Honestly, yeah, like I got the Timberwolves being right up with what they're playing like this. I got them right up there with them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The only thing I see that could be a problem is if they go like 5 out and have Horford shoot the 3, like then Gobert's just damn near useless, you know, out there.
They have to be okay with benching him. I'm be honest. Like, if you want to win a championship, you got to be able to. If you have to,
think Naz Reid can go out there and defend too.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's nimble. He's fast. Like, he can do a decent, better job getting in and out the paint.
More of what, like helping or it's like helping or double teaming because Horford's not going to dribble the ball. He's just going to stand in the corner and shoot it. You know.
Yeah. It's just like rotating.
We'll see.
Fast enough.
If Tatum and Brown are both on, there's nobody that's beating that team. I'll keep real with you.
We'll see if they will both be on. They haven't done it yet.
That's a tough task.
Like, if you got Jaden on one and Ant on the other.
Yeah, and you got Nah off the bench that could come in.
Nah off the bench, yeah. Like that's Derek White's obviously better offensively, but you know, defensively, that's still a match right there. Like,
if they find a way to both like average 25 to 30, then I think they can get it done.
I mean, yeah, Celtics definitely have the. I'd rather be in the Celtics position for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still think the Timberwolves could beat them.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have.
Celtics have the talent
legit.
edge for sure.
Huh?
I said Celtics have the talent edge in my opinion, but
Yeah, I feel like Celtics are like spoon-fed,
Spoon-fed.
spoon-fed, and then Timberwolves like get it out the mud. You know what I mean?
Facts. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, the Celtics
On it,
lose
they're
against
hungry.
these teams. Celtics don't come with
Yeah.
it. They're not hungry like that.
Yeah, they're
I'm
not.
telling you,
They're
man.
not as hungry
Heads
as the
coming, he
Timberwolves.
hungry. He about to eat these niggas.
I
Or
could
even the
definitely
Mavericks.
see.
Mavericks are hungry too.
I could definitely
That's
see
facts.
for the Celtics down the stretch, like because they've been like cruising so much in the playoffs. It's like when it comes down to crunch time, it's like, oh, Tatum doesn't really know. Should I give it to Brown? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like who's gonna get this right now? Because
They're gonna. I'm telling you, they're gonna have some historically bad shooting games as always. You know what I mean? One of the games there's gonna be like 1 for 25.
But I feel like Tatum knows, he's aware that he's on fraud watch season. If he doesn't win it this year, he's a fraud. 100%.
Nah, he is, bro. I don't think he's. I mean, skill wise, he's good, but it's like a mentality thing.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't be a superstar.
you know what I mean?
If you
He's
have a roster
superstar
like
skill.
this, built like this, and you don't win
Yeah.
it all, and you don't perform. It's one thing if you perform and your team sucks, then I can say, okay, it was your team, not you. But if you don't win it all and you don't perform, then you're a fraud at this point. I don't
Nice.
know. There's nothing more that you can do from it. It's the best roster that you can ever have in your
Fraudulent.
career, maybe. So he's aware of it, though. He knows. So if he shows up, then
He should retire. He should retire if he loses.
he just done.
No, right?
Come to the Lakers.
Yeah, you never
It's
get
like-
a better team than this, buddy.
if the
No,
but
yeah,
let's
just be KD at this point. Just go to a team that beat you or something.
let's just take the hypothetical though. The
his
Celtics do
time.
lose. Like, what are they going to do next season? Are they going to be like, let's run it back, or like, what is
Yeah,
even the
100 you
mentality?
have to. I mean,
Yeah,
you have
that's
to pay
you.
Jason Tatum $300 million, right? Or you let him
No,
walk.
like, I mean, they're not blowing it up. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, are you just going to keep the same team and be like, go try again? Like,
Although they'll fire Missoula and then get a new coach.
okay, so the coach,
Yeah.
okay, that's what you think.
Yeah, he's definitely. If they don't win the championship, he's done for it. Which is crazy to say, but
It was
I
on,
could
yeah,
see
he was
that,
on the fence last year somehow. I'm like,
yeah,
he just
and
got
should have
there.
got fired last year after that. But
Yeah.
He'd be goofy, so I can see it, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing you can really put it on. Like their team is way too talented. You know what I mean? Like
the players
to lose, really.
Yeah.
If they would lose,
Honestly,
if they were to
you can't
lose
blame the players for performance, you have to blame the
Yeah.
scheme and putting them in positions.
if they were to lose the conference finals, they would probably just shoot them. Like they wouldn't even fire them.
Dude, we'll hear from
In
Tatum
Boston, yeah, that's you're probably right.
weeks, months.
They just take him out back, dude. Like,
Dude, if I see him in another commercial, like that SoFi Stadium commercial after they lose, oh my goodness. I want to see that TikTok dancer all over my freaking Twitter feed.
There's no such thing as playoff Tatum.
It's funny when they own up to it too.
Yeah, I know. They buy into it.
That
So,
Chet and
uh,
Shea
yeah,
commercial,
Tatum
bro.
jersey on and everything. The ball.
Nigga really looks just like him, man. Yeah, man. That shit had me crying.
They should
Bro,
bring
the
him to the
Jamal
game.
Murray one is fucking hilarious. The sus Jamal Murray looking fella.
Dude, I
He doesn't
saw
look like that's crazy.
MPJ one today.
I mean, oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
It could just be him. Why does it's just like he's already dumb enough where you could find clips of him. Like,
Hey, y'all believe in the Ingram and the bitches stuff? You think that shit's real?
what you know?
Yeah, but who cares?
Like the
If he
small
does.
one?
Huh?
I
You mean
said,
the
yeah,
small
I do
women?
believe it, but who cares?
Yeah. The little women.
Yeah, I mean, if you fuck with him, you know, he can do him.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's
Yeah,
funny for the memes though.
They're grown. That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
He was funny.
He likes
bro.
what he likes. It's funny for the memes though. Like if they pull him
Where's
over.
he
nigga,
from?
Like
I feel like-
6'11", nigga, like you're not even like a regular size nigga.
Wonderman.
Like
Hey, no,
extra
y'all remember
large.
that video
Yeah, he
of
threw the
that
flip,
homeless
threw him in
dude?
the air, flipping him.
No, y'all remember that one video of that homeless dude?
That's crazy.
And they
Which one?
asked him,
Oh,
he's like, "You got a boyfriend?" He's like, "Yeah, he playing the NBA." And he's like, "What's his
Oh,
name?" He's like,
yeah.
"Brandon Xavier Ingram."
niggas cut to his highlights. He hooping. She's like,
Yeah,
nah, dude, that shit has
Oh,
has
man.
me crying.
I'm
he be
dead.
definitely out there on some bullshit. Let me see where he's from, bro. They say, like,
Where is he?
Brandon Xavier. He said the middle name too. You know, he was serious. That nigga was dead
Xavier.
ass. Nobody
North
knows.
Carolina, okay.
Nobody knows that nigga's middle name.
Man.
Just off the top like that. He was for real.
Xavier Ingram.
He was not lying.
Oh man. I'm excited to see where he goes next year because he's definitely not going to be on the Pelicans.
he's a good player too.
right.
He could help a team for sure.
Back to the
OKC. OKC.
It's another good one.
Okay, see?
Bring him back to the Lakers, honestly, dude.
Yeah, facts, bring back.
Let's get the center position figured out first.
Dwight, please. No, it's good.
He's been begging
Yeah,
for a
if we can
contract,
get
man.
a Clint, if we can get a Clint or something, get Jared
Jonas,
Allen.
I like Jonas.
Jared Allen on the market.
Jonas, that would be nice.
Jared
Jonas
Allen.
would be good.
Man,
Jared Allen would be
I just
nice.
want to know who the coach
Claxton.
is first and foremost. To be honest.
Yeah, right. Let's figure that out.
Oh yeah. I
No
think we
one
know.
know
At
before
this,
the end
they
of the
said
season.
do you see the report that it's JJ's to lose? I'm like, how, nigga? Like,
What?
No, I don't think they'll hire him.
that's what they said. They said it was JJ's to lose. Like, he's in the.
But
front
it'll
row.
be
I've been seeing.
him out over there.
I've been seeing Sam Cassell's name float around. I wouldn't mind getting him.
I've seen that.
Oh, but he's from the Doc Rivers tree. He's the Doc Rivers top
He ain't
coach.
Doc Rivers though.
Top
Yeah.
assistant coach.
Just because you work for Doc Rivers, I mean, you.
No,
He
It's
probably
not.
was hating on him too. He's like, Doc, that's stupid.
Oh, what is he doing?
I
What are you
think he's
doing?
with the Celtics this year, actually, because Doc wasn't a head coach to begin the season.
Right.
All right,
We'll
good episode today.
Yeah, that's it. So for the game sevens, we had some good games today. The conference finals hopefully should be good.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we should have an exciting finals matchup as well. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like on this one. And thanks for tuning in to the late night stream. We'll see you all on the next one. Deuces.
I got infinity money.